walk out here and say this, okay, because this is my crazy goat farm, and we added to our farm some unicorns. We have a couple of unicorns, and this one has now put on some good weight. But you see that little white speck right behind it? Well, that is not her baby, but she thinks it is. So we have another kidnapping. And then we have some of the other babies that are out here enjoying, just having a good old time. And all the rest of the goats are kind of headed back because they're ready to eat. But they've been out here enjoying the pasture for the last week. And we finally reached a point where we don't have any rain. So we had to build a brand new goat pen. A temporary goat pen, because all of the goats were standing in 4 inches of water. So we're going to completely tear down our old goat pen back there, and we're going to scrape it, and we're going to treat it with some lime, and then we're going to rebuild it back because it just got so sloshy back there, being stuck in there for a year. And we've cleaned it several times and everything, but we're just worried that we're going to end up with some infections and hoof rot and things like that. So we just went ahead and we proactively took care of that problem. But this is just a few of my babies out. That one right there has one horn, one big horn. And when we got her, we didn't think she was going to make it. We got a couple of them from a dairy farm that shut down, and they were super, super thin. And we've now treated them, wormed them, done shots, everything that we can think of. So yesterday we went and got a different wormer because we have a few of them that just didn't seem to respond to it. Talk to your vet, do what you got to do. We encountered some new worm or something that we hadn't had to deal with before because our herd was closed. And we lost one of my favorite babies. Corky didn't make it. We worked on her for over a week and a half. It kind of started with scours, and we treated that. Scours went away, and then the thinness started in, and then we treated her with antibiotics and gave her wormer, gave her some iron. The vet told us to give her some B with it and an antibiotic, so we did all that. And after 7 days, she'd had 5 straight days of treatment, and the vet had told us it was going to be a slow recovery because she'd lost almost half of her body weight, so said it was going to be a slow recovery. And she was out here running and playing one day, and the next morning just dead. So we just had a little devastation, but we're trying to take care of it, make sure we're getting the right medicine for the right worms. And we've already treated them before. When we started letting them out, we put the topical on their backs and all that, and sprayed them down, gave them Safeguard and everything. But with losing one, we went back and we retreated everybody again with Safeguard, which has always worked for us. Along with the stuff that we pour on their back, because it kills the flies, it does all that. So I went the other day and I went ahead and got me some more of the Pyrethrum, and we're getting ready to spray all of them again on their backs, make sure they don't have flies, and mosquitoes will start up here in a little while and things like that. So we don't want to deal with any of that. We haven't had any lice out here in a while, and the unicorns brought in lice, so we've treated for that. And we're just going to retreat just to make sure that we kill them all off. But we had another baby. I'll have to do a different video. We had 2 surprise visits. We didn't think that because we bought them at auction, we didn't think they were very far along because all of them were so thin. And we went out there and Mama had a baby. So that baby is now 4 days old. And then yesterday, or day before, 4 days old. So we got that one finally out into the herd, and she hides her baby during the day. And then we turned around, and another one we got at auction that same day with these unicorn. Turned around, and she popped a baby. And so she's still in the pen. She's only a day and a half old. The little boy is. It's Bandit. He's got a little mask. And we got to look in, and we now have the other unicorn that I call Stubby. She's got like this thumb sticking up off the top of her head. She has vacated and gone back to our old goat pen and hid. So we just left her in there and just gave her some food and some water. And we'll see in a few days if she pops one too. So these are unexpected kids because we're in breeding season right now. A bunch of them are breeding. All the babies were weaned. For the most part, we only had a couple that were straggling at the end that went a little longer. We got a couple at auction that were bottle feeding that Bree takes care of because they weren't doing so good. And then the unicorn has adopted that one. There. So we'll keep y'all updated. Later.